A fashion capital is a city which has a major influence on international fashion trends and in which the design, production and retailing of fashion products, plus events such as fashion weeks, awards and trade fairs, generate significant economic output. The cities considered the global Big Four fashion capitals of the 20th century were Paris, Milan, London and New York, while the fashion scene turns more multipolar in the 21st century with other important centers like Berlin, Rome, Tokyo, Sao Paulo and Los Angeles. Definition of a fashion capital. Fashion capitals usually have a broad mix of business, financial, entertainment, cultural and leisure activities of internationally recognized for having a unique and strong identity. It has also been noted that the status of a fashion capital has become increasingly linked to a city's domestic and international profile. Fashion capitals are also likely be part of a wider design scene, with design schools, fashion magazines and a local market of affluent consumers. Often the term fashion capital is used to describe the cities that hold fashion weeks, most prominently Paris, Milan, London and New York, to showcase their industry. Also, various other cities host notable fashion events and are influential in global fashion history. Historically, several cities have been, in turn, fashion capitals. During the Renaissance era, different city-states in what would become modern-day Italy were Europe's main trendsetters. Due to the cultural power they exerted in that period of time, this includes cities such as Florence, Milan, Rome, Naples, Genoa, and Venice. Progressing into the late 16th century, with influence of the English royal court, London became a major city in European fashion. Similarly, due to the power of Spain at the period, the Spanish court started to influence fashion, making it a major center. In the 17th century, as the Renaissance started to fade away, with the power of the French court under Louis XIV, Paris established itself as Europe's main fashion center. However, it continued to look to Paris for stylistic inspiration, and the British father of haute couture Charles Frederick Worth relocated to Paris in 1846 to perfect and then commercialize his craft, also holding the first fashion shows and launching the concept of fashion labels there. 20th century and beyond. During the Golden Twenties, Berlin was considered the vanguard fashion capital. Throughout the 20th century, but particularly after World War II, New York City rose in stature as a fashion capital, challenging the dominance of Paris with a different approach, especially in its development and popularization of sportswear as fashion during the 1940s and 50s. During the 1950s, Italy rose in prominence again. In the 1980s, Tokyo claimed its place as a fashion capital with a new generation of avant-garde designers, including Issey Miyake and Rei Kawakubo of Comme des Garçons gaining worldwide attention. Even if the fashion show were all in Paris, the fashion was radically different in both its use of textiles and in the way designers cut and draped. More recently, new fashion hubs have emerged worldwide, and the old order has faced challenges from all corners of the globe, including Africa, Australasia and South America. Since 2007, Berlin has again been highlighted as an increasingly important center for global fashion trends. A 2011 issue of Fashion Theory, Journal of Dress, Body and Culture explored the move away from the traditional dominance of 5 key cities, with co-editor Lise Scove suggesting what she described as a polycentric fashion industry developing in the 21st century. Annual Fashion Capital Rankings. An annual ranking of the leading fashion capitals is produced by Global Language Monitor, a US-based company that tracks trends through language use worldwide. The 2015 top 25 fashion capitals, according to its rankings, are listed below.